Hey folks, welcome back. I wanted to do a different video for you, a little different than what I guess I normally would put on this channel, but something that is very important to truck drivers and myself as well. I want to start out with a story. It was the year 2016. I was an owner operator. I had a Kenworth W9 extended hood. The truck had been leaking some air, and I finally narrowed it down to the airbags were dry rotted on the bottom of the rear suspension. And I had a little extra time, so I decided to change them. I had my airbags, went through the process of changing them out. This was a June day. It was really, really hot. I live in the state of Arkansas. It was miserable hot. 100-degree day. Humidity was 80 something percent. It was hot, muggy. I was sweating so hard getting these airbags changed. Got everything done, and I needed some airline that I didn't have. So my wife and I went to Memphis to get some airline, some quick connects and some airline. When I got to Memphis to the dealership, I noticed I was having a lot of pains in my shoulders, back of my neck, my back. I was telling her about it. I kept moving around trying to get comfortable and adjusted. And she said, "Are you having a heart attack?" Man, that hit so hard. And I said, "No, why would you put that on me? Why would you say this? I'm not having a heart attack." Okay. We went ahead and got our parts, went back home. I told her I was going to lay on the couch. This was probably about 10, 11 o'clock at night. I told her I wanted to prop my head up and lay on the couch. I had a splitting headache, and she said, "If you need me, let me know." I woke up, ran down the hallway, and told her we needed to call the ambulance ASAP, that I knew I was having a heart attack. She said, "I knew it. I knew you were." Luckily for me, this was a long, drawn out heart attack. Some people have them really quickly, within just a few minutes. Luckily for me, mine lasted 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. The last thing I remember was walking out of the house. Everything started getting really black, and I laid down. We were at a house that had a concrete front porch. I laid down on the cold concrete. The next thing I remember, I woke up in the ambulance. Folks, when they say it's serious as a heart attack, it's exactly what they mean. Serious business. I have learned since then that salt is probably one of the major contributors to heart disease in this country. I always thought it was fatty, greasy food. That's not good for you. But salt is horrible for you. It's not just bad for you, it's horrible for you. What is all the truck stops switching to? Fast food. Folks, this is bad, bad news. Stay away from the fast food. It, just look at the nutrition value of some of this stuff that they're serving in fast food. Some of it has 1,600% of your daily allowance of salt. I saw a meal the other day, I was looking at it, 2,600% of your daily allowance of salt. They're killing people with salt. And why? Because people love the taste of it. They love the flavor of it. Salt is a surefire way of making a product sell. To salt it, oversalt it, and resalt it, people love it. And it is one of the biggest killers that you can have out here. It's not just fast food though. Look at any of your processed foods. Any canned meat, canned chili, canned soup, a lot of your canned vegetables. It's just in a brine of salt water. And it's horrible. I've seen people make a bowl of soup and then get the salt shaker or the salt grinder and just grind up even more salt in it. It's just craziness. That's just insanity. Even products that claim to be low salt options. The only reason they claim to be low salt is because they're lower in salt than the regular product. I've noticed that too. That's a gimmick that a lot of places use. Well, this is lower salt. Well, yeah, it's lower salt because it's lower than what the original has, but it doesn't mean that it's a low salt food. It took me forever to get used to being off of salt. I was like everyone else. I love salt. I love the flavor of it. When I started eating foods that were no salt or low salt, it had no flavor to it. It just had almost no flavor. And I didn't like it. I didn't want it. I would refuse to eat it. Now, many years later, after being on a really low salt diet, I don't want to go back to eating salt. If I eat anything that is salted now, it irritates my throat. I can feel my blood pressure coming up. I feel agitated, jittery. Salt can cause you by itself to have heart issues. It inflames your cardiovascular system. It increases your heart rate. It can lead to stroke. It's serious, folks. You need to get off of the salt. And I'm not just a person that is preaching to everyone. I'm just giving information out. But salt is a killer. Seriously, it is. Another thing is saturated fats. A lot of people get this wrong, but nuts, peanut butter, nuts, stuff like that is really, really high in saturated fat, but it's good for you. That is the good saturated fat. That's where it's confusing. Fish sometimes is really high in saturated fat. You want that type of fat. There's good cholesterol, there's bad cholesterol, there's good fat, there's bad fat. Do your research on it, read up on it, understand, what is good and what is bad. Exercise, again, is a big thing. My doctor, my cardiologist that I go see every year, and I have went to see him every year since 2016, he says that I'm very healthy. Everything looks good. He tries to scare me, I guess, and says I'm long overdue for another heart attack. Once you have one, you're at risk of having another. I think he just says that to scare me. It's probably true, but then he follows it up and says, don't worry because your heart is very healthy. I think he's just trying to scare me with it. But since 2016, I have had no side effects, no problems. I don't have headaches like I used to. I'm a lot calmer now. I don't have the anxiety that I did before, and I feel like that it is a direct relationship between getting off of the salt and working on a higher good fat diet and a lower bad fat diet. Just giving you some information here, trying to be helpful, not really griping and complaining or trying to lecture anyone, just throwing some information out here. A lot of people don't know the thing about salt. I have a good friend that I've been friends with for years. He didn't really understand the thing about salt. He asked his doctor about it. He said that is absolutely true. It is one of the unspoken killers in the world. And we don't even realize how much salt we take in every day. I'm sure you don't even think about it when you go eat. If you eat the wrong kinds of food, you can unintentionally poison yourself, I guess is what I'm saying with that. So just be careful. Be careful with what you eat, especially the salt content. The other thing is setting for long periods of time like we do. 10, 14 hours of setting with no exercise. That can lead to a lot of cardiovascular issues. You can have blood clots from that. You can have breakdown in your muscular system, your muscular proportions, I guess, because a lot of truck drivers will be, and myself included, will be heavier in your chest and your shoulders, your upper strength, your lower muscular structure will be less weak than your upper, or less strong, I should say, less strong than your upper, because we do a lot with our hands and shoulders and stuff, less with our legs. Just operating pedals is all we do with our legs. We don't walk. So you start losing your muscular strength in your lower body. That can be offset by walking, I guess, exercising and walking. The reason I'm wanting to say all of this is just to help out. It's just to give you some heads up. Watch what you do. Watch what you eat. Take care of yourself. We all want you around for a long time. We need as many truck drivers as we can get out here. And taking care of yourself is very important. So hopefully that helped a little. Maybe it helped somebody out here, grab somebody's attention. I guess if I can just reach one person and help them to be a little aware and to change the way they are, then everything I have intended on this channel is null and void, because that one person that I helped change might have needed to hear this video. And that's what I feel like I wanted to start this channel for, is to help people do different through my experiences, good and bad. I had the heart attack. I don't want you to have one. I don't want you to experience it. So get regular checkups. Get your cholesterol checked. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't think about that. It's not part of your physical, your DOT physical you do every year. They never check your cholesterol level. But it's very important. A very high cholesterol level in your bloodstream can show problems that you don't know about. Getting on a cholesterol pill at a lower age, changing your diet, changing your way of life, changing the way that your intake of salt is, can drastically change your life. So anyway, hopefully this video helped. I don't mean to be preaching. I don't mean to be lecturing anyone. It's just my experience towards you, and give a little bit of learning here. So hopefully that it helped, and maybe you can take a second look at what's going on with you. Thank you for watching. If you like any of the videos I do, try to look at leaving a comment down below, liking, subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.